Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This time we're starting a brand new career mode series. This is going to be something a little bit different. It's kind of a road to glory, but not a typical one, because I am not going to be making any signings in this career mode with Girona. I've decided to take them over. I will explain why in just a moment. No signings. The only things I'm going to do in this career mode in terms of bringing in new players is the Youth Academy. That's it. That's all I'm going to be doing. I will not be making proper signings. I will just be using the Youth Academy and trying to build a fantastic team over the next 6, 7, 8 seasons, something like that. Now, you're probably thinking that's crazy. Please don't do 8 seasons with the same team. So the idea behind this series is very different to a normal Road to Glory. There will be some simulating. It's just as simple as that. If that's something you absolutely despise, I completely understand. I will try and make it as interesting as possible. But the idea is to do the first 5, 6 years relatively quickly, bringing in all the great players, playing the odd game, trying to do as well as we can, of course. But then towards the end of the series, when we've really built an incredible squad of players that have been made up, Youth Academy players, we're then going to try and, of course, win the Liga BBVA, or whatever they call it these days, the Liga Santander, I think it might be, the Champions League, the Spanish competitions in general. That's the idea. So if you're looking forward to it, please do leave a like on the video. Make sure you're subscribed as well so you don't miss an episode. Now, the reason I've gone with Girona is, one, I love the stadium they play at. It's one of my favourites in the Spanish league. They've included it in this year's game, of course. That's another reason I've gone to Spain. I really like the fact that all the stadiums are there. Also, Girona has some really nice kits, and I like their squad. I like the players they've got there, and of course, those are the players that I'm going to have to use until we end up replacing them. It's going to take a while to replace all of these players. There are a couple of youngsters in there, so let's go ahead and check out the team. In this episode, we're going to set up the scouts. We're going to pick 3 countries we want to scout in, and hopefully we'll get a couple into the squad within the first few months and we can start training them away. So we have Stuani up front, 32 I think he is. No, 31 years old, from Uruguay. He will be our starting striker for the first season or two. We've then got Garcia, Granell, Pons and Porto as the 4 midfielders, and then the back 5. We have Benitez, Romaglio, Juanpi, Muniesa. I know a lot of people might recognise him. And Mojika. I'm going to have to try and learn how to say all these names. Mojika, maybe. And then in goal we have Bunu. I'm, again, a little bit unsure on some of these names. Man City. Is it the owners are involved somehow with Man City and Girona? I think they do a lot of loans, Man City do. They let a lot of the young players from Man City go on loan to Girona. So I think there's some sort of relationship there. Because we do have Douglas Luiz, Garcia and Roberts from Man City on loan. Of course, that means they'll be gone at the end of this season, unfortunately. It is a real shame that, because they are 3 very good young players. But we also have Espinoza, Porro, Pikes, Sung Ho, Lozano, and then we've got Doumbia, Anzuana, probably said that one wrong, Coris, Sonny, Erezos, I know him, Suarez, Alcala, and Planas. These are the players that will be starting at the club, but of course, over the next few seasons, they won't be here. We will be filling this squad with young players that have great potential. I'm going to be signing up players, I want to say, with a minimum of 80 potential. I think that's going to be my parameters here. I want to make sure that we're bringing in players that will definitely reach the heights I need, because if we want to eventually win the Champions League, like we did with Arsenal, I'm going to need some world-class players. But now I'm going to show you the youth scouts. Now, let me just say this before we check it out, because a lot of people won't understand how I've done this. If you've got the game on PC, if you've got FIFA 19 on PC, you can use something called a cheat engine. And you can make the game so much more fun. You can change anything you want about the game. You can change player stats, positions. You can give yourselves youth staff that are 5-star, 5-star, which is exactly what I've done here. So I've given myself 3 scouts with 5-star experience, 5-star judgment. You're probably thinking, why would you do that? Well, because I need the best young players, and I want this series to be fun. I want to get the best young players. We want to find the next Ronaldinho, the next Messi, Ronaldo. We want to get the best of the best. So we're going to go set up here in Spain. I think that makes sense. Not that it's because it's cheaper or anything. It doesn't really matter. With Spain, I want to go with, I think, kind of technically gifted players. But I'm also thinking at the start of this series, maybe I'm better off just going with any. So we can get kind of a mix. We're going to go to France with this guy. We're going to go with 9 months any. And if I can actually move it, thank you very much. 9 months any. So we've quite literally set that up on the first day of the season, and we will see what we get back. Now, first of all, as usual, we've got a pre-season tournament to complete. We've got Dusseldorf, Angers, and Nottingham Forest in this group with us. Oh, and by the way, we're not doing any training to current players. I can only train youth players that come through the ranks. So that's also another thing I want to do. So let's go ahead and simulate the pre-season tournament here. And we'll get to the end of the month so we can get our first monthly scout report. I'm hoping we'll get through to the semi-finals here at least. We have done. We got a 5-1 win, a 2-2 draw, and a 3-1 win. Very nice indeed. So now let's get the semi-finals out of the way. And we're out. We've lost 1-0. Okay, so not quite a plan. Manager rating's gone down to 79. And of course, we've got a lot of offers coming in. I'm also not going to be selling any players from this current team. So, yeah, don't worry about that. We're not going to be losing any players unless, of course, it's out of my control. So, no signings and no selling players. All we're going to be doing is, what's the word I'm looking for? Promoting, I guess. Promoting the youngsters from my youth academy into the first team. Although we could make a decent amount of money selling these players that I'm probably not going to be using in a couple of seasons, I, of course, need these players to do the first few seasons. The players that we bring up from the Youth Academy are not going to be that high rated. So it's absolutely vital that I keep hold of my best players for now. But I'm estimating by Season 4, maybe even Season 5, we will have none of these guys left. It will be purely Youth Academy players. So here we go. Manager rating down to 78. Interesting, that's gone quickly. So we've got a transfer offer for Benitez. We're just going to delete it. So this is the first scout update, and we're looking, of course, like I said, for 80 or more potential. So he's not going to be good enough. I'm going to be very brutal with players. If I've already got one in their position, I'm just going to go ahead and reject them. 62 to 84, just not good enough. Now this is what I'm talking about. We've got, looks to be a left-sided midfielder with a potential of 75 to 94. Gonzalo Miguel, we're going to go ahead and sign him up. We've got another one here. Julio Moyano, 73 to 94. Oh, hello. Very nice indeed. Looks to be a defender or maybe a defensive midfielder. 79 to 94 potential. He will be good enough for this team in a couple of seasons, no doubt. And then we get another one. Wow. Okay, so Moreno is not going to be good enough. But Agustin Benitez, 75 to 94. Another left-sided player, maybe. That was good. So maybe I've underestimated how good the 5-star scouts are. Wow, we've got another really good one there. Let's get rid of all the rubbish ones. I've got a bad feeling that he... no, we'll keep him for now. Wow, we've got a lot. Okay, yeah, I've definitely misjudged how good they can be. So I think I'm going to go with potentials of 70 to 90-ish. I think anyone that has, a minimum of 67, for example, I might not bother with because I can just do better, can't I? So we're going to reject him. Also, I'd rather 17-year-olds, if I'm honest, because then they're ready to play soon and I can start training them. Although in this year's game, you can train them while they're in the youth academy. They don't even have to be in your first team, do they? We're going to get rid of this guy as well. So we've got Maxime Chevalier. We've got Loic Corbet, and then we've got Arthur Castel. Doesn't really look French, if you ask me, but a goalkeeper, I definitely need one of those. We're going to sign these players as well. And now into the final one. Wow, he's terrible. 53 to 71. 46 to 62. What are these? Oh my god. Portugal was terrible. I could potentially look at keeping this guy, Diego Abreu, 66 to 92. Now, we can do better than that. Of course, we've got so many players that will come through. So, just to take a look at what we've got so far in the Youth Academy, We've got, okay, so we can see their positions now. And by the way, I haven't done any Youth Academy stuff in FIFA 18 or FIFA 19. So it's going to be very different to what I remember in 17. Well, probably not very different, but you get what I mean. So we've got a centre-back, a left midfielder, centre-back, right midfielder, left mid, and a goalkeeper. And he is already 62 rated. That is very, very decent. 58 rated, 59, 62, 52, 56, 55. Okay, well, those are the first few players that we've got in our Youth Academy, our youth squad. And some of those, I'm sure, will eventually make it. So, yeah, I'm happy with that. I guess we go again now. We wait until next month. I'm going to play a game every now and again, but we will be simulating quite a lot in the first few seasons. We're going to go ahead and get the transfer window done, of course, because we don't want to be in the transfer window for too long. Stoke City offering to buy someone for 6 million. No, thank you. I will be okay. No, I should probably block all offers from coming in. But here's our first game of the season. Valladolid. We've got a fully fit squad. Let's go ahead and sim this first game. We're going to play, I think, one of the big games. I want to play against Madrid and Barca this season, just to see how we get on. And we've lost the first game 2-0. At home as well. Okay, that does not bode well, if I'm being honest. But our manager rating has gone up to 84. That doesn't really make any sense. But when I was looking at the ratings of every team in the Spanish league, and by the way, I took quite a lot of time to pick the side I wanted to play. I went with Girona because they were around one of the weaker squads, but it wasn't that bad. It was I would say, maybe... I think by the end of the season, we should be around 15th, 14th, that kind of area. But after losing our first game, could be a little bit worrying, that. But we'll continue here. Another contract that was retracted, or offer that was retracted. Another one retracted. We're going to have so many offers coming through. That's why I want to finish the window. But we do have our first tough game of the season. First tough game. That first game was clearly very tough. Now the manager rating's gone down to 71. What is that? That makes no sense whatsoever. But we're going to play this game against Real Madrid and really get a feel for this squad for the first time. But of course, I'm not expecting a win here against arguably the best side in the league. Although Barcelona are winning the season by quite some distance. Oh, and by the way, look at his boots. It drives me mad. I know you can see them quite well there. The green and black boots. For some reason, PC never gets updated with the latest boots. So I'm working on it, PC fans. I'm in talks with EA. I'm trying to get answers. It just takes time, unfortunately. So, yeah, let's get into this first game. That's the team we're going to use. It's the default team. And let's see how we get on against Real Madrid. Imagine if we could get a win. That would be absolutely ideal. I just love the smaller stadiums in the game. I really do. And by the way, I love the graphics of the Spanish league as well. I love the black and white. Or it's black and yellow almost, isn't it? Black and gold. But I really, really wanted to go with Girona, mainly because of the stadium. I really like it. And of course, in the first few seasons, we won't be playing every single game. But when we do play here, it's going to be nice. I'm going to really enjoy it. So the Madrid squad looked very strong indeed. They do have Courtois in goal there. They're not going lightly here. Marcelo, of course, in the lineup. Varane. Captain Ramos. But we're going to try our best here to cause an upset in the first game that we've played. And I'm interested to see how our players play. It's not the best squad I've ever used, but it's not the worst. We've still got some good players in there. It's just whether we've got enough to stay in the league this season. I think we probably have, even if we simulate a lot of it. Let's try and get down the middle here. Put a ball inside. Okay. Didn't quite go to plan, that. Oh, that's a lovely ball. Look at that. I'm going to go in on the inside. I'm going to have to pass it. The problem with Real Madrid is they have a very pacey back line. And I don't have a very pacey front line. So it's a little bit difficult. Try and get across in here. Oh, hang on. Pass it across. Hit it first time. Oh, that wasn't actually too far off. Decent first attack there for us. By the way, congrats to Modric. Ballon d'Or winner. And there he is intercepting the ball. What a year he's had. We'll take that. Oh, okay. We'll give it back. Oh, no. That was close. No. Oh, come off it. What's even happened there? I had the ball at my feet and then I kind of trip. And Lucas Vazquez gets the game going for Madrid here. Mariano, the new number 7. It just looks so wrong not having Ronaldo. But let's see a replay of this. I mean, my own defender has tripped on my goalkeeper. You know, just kind of like in the Champions League final against Barcelona with Arsenal. Do you remember that goal I conceded? I think it was Coutinho that scored it in the end. Honestly, happens a lot in FIFA. There's nothing you can do about it, unfortunately. We just have to now focus and try and get a goal if we can. It's actually a very nice play. Going to hit that. Got no choice, really. Oh, wow. Came off the bar. Let's get a first-time cross. And it's cleared out. We've still got it, though. Pass that across. Inside. Oh, and Modric makes the tackle. Very, very close to scoring an equaliser there. Unfortunately, though, luck's not with us. 5 minutes to go until the break. Might be able to get forward here. Put a ball over the top. Lovely play. We're actually playing very good football against Madrid here. Just a shame we haven't been able to score just yet. Cross coming in. Marcelo clears it. Straight out to my captain, Granell. Going to go for it. Oh, Courtois has to make the save. It was definitely going in. Now let's get the corner in just before the break here. We might get lucky. Probably not, though. Go on. Oh, that is frustrating when the ball feels like it's going right to the head of one of your players and then you can't win the ball. But we've got it back. Please keep that in. Get a cross in. Nice. And again, just can't win it. Oh, and again, it's always a 50-50 and then I lose it. And again, I just keep losing the 50-50s. That is going to be half-time. Only 1-0 down. I've got to say I'm a little bit surprised I'm not getting demolished. But as I said, you know, the majority of this team, if I show you here, are kind of mid to high 70s. So it really isn't too bad. I think I might have enough to get top 10 within a year or two. It just depends how good these youth academy players are and how fast they can grow. Over the top. Nice. This seems to be working quite well. Here's Borja. I'm going to have to go for a cross here. It's not good enough. Will I keep it in? I think I will. Nicely done. Bit of a heavy touch, but that's all right. We've still got it. And on the edge of the box, we do have a player. Let's see what we can do here over the top. Oh, lovely. Lovely play. Now, dink it in. Head it. Oh, just no power behind the header. You are kidding me. Wow. I've just made a sub, as have Madrid. They've brought on Gareth Bale. They whipped the corner in. And Sergio Ramos has killed off the game. I didn't even think this was a good cross. It didn't look like it was going anywhere. And then out of nowhere, it's a perfect cross for Ramos. One of the best goal-scoring defenders of all time. And there you go. That will be game over. Madrid will get their 2-0 win. Maybe even worse. I mean, if I can get a consolation goal, that would be great. But we've only got 14 minutes. Well, you never know. Madrid have just made another change. Mandzukic has come on up front. Interesting. It's going to make things even harder. Although Mariano was very, very difficult to defend against. Here's Bale. It's too much. Oh, what a tackle. Brilliant from Wanpi there. Right, now, can we get a consolation goal? It's going to be my one last attack of the game. No, it's not. The referee ends it there. So, yeah, not ideal. We've lost both our opening games 2-0. But hey, that's just what it is. I think we will be safe this season. Hopefully we won't be in the relegation zone come the end of the season. But for now, it's obviously the start of something big. We need to focus on the future, not necessarily the present, because that is when this series is going to be insane. We're going to get so many great young players. So thank you for watching episode 1. I will see you in episode 2 very shortly. Make sure you leave a like, make sure you subscribe, and I will see you next time.